Child's World. I'm Katie, and I am here to do reading for you for some solutions for this week. Things are getting pretty interesting. Lots of new things opening up for people everywhere. And I also am seeing people being a little confused, maybe even about what choices they have, because they have so many opportunities. So, let's look for some solutions to all of this. What do you say? If you'll give me a minute, you'll notice there's no cards here. All I see are stones, crystals, and things. Yeah, that's because I haven't pulled the cards yet. A little bit out of order today. I keep looking up at like you can see me through through my laptop screen. I know there you are. Anyway, I love you. I'll be back. Let me pull some cards. See you in a minute. Hi, everybody. Okay, I'm back. Welcome to the table. Got the cards all laid out. You'll notice one's missing. Let me grab it right quick. We gotta have the message from our animal creatures. It's one of my favorite parts of this reading. So I just reached over into the deck and pulled a card out. Okay, let's start this. You will notice lots of different cards. 3 very blank ones over here. I want to tell you, these are my cards. Okay, they have no design for the back yet. I think I have an idea what I want to do, but my printer is kind of out of whack right now, so I can't have a prototype with the back on it until I get the printer issue fixed, which I don't know. I have to get more ink. That's the printer issue. And I've also decided I don't want to use white cards in the background. I want this to go on black cardstock, and you'll see why. I think the cards will show up, also blend a little better. Anyway, I digress. Welcome to kdmoonchild's World again. Here we are. With our it's a little bit of a lopsided directional compass today, because we're a little more oriented to current, I guess. I don't know, but this is just how the cards ended up. So I say this is how I was told to put them. Now, normally the globe is on top of the map. It's beside the map. Until we have peace with current resolutions going, until we have more peace in this earth. This is my focus of every reading of all the energy. And speaking of energy, what we come together here for is to combine our energies, find a solution to those things that have been pulling us into that worry trap. And I already kind of getting a feeling inside of what's going on and why. And so let's begin. What do you say? This is our current situation. It is the card of the West. It is the sunset card. By the time you're here and you're watching this, a lot of the day has already passed. So not only is it our current situation, it's our past. This is the East, the sunrise position. And yeah, all of this is for entertainment purposes only. Get that out of the way. Okay. This is the sunrise position. This is where our opportunities, our desires, and our goals come from, okay? This is what this card is about. This card is the North. It is also our mountain card, and it usually talks about the largest obstacles or possible obstacles that we may need to deal with in getting here, okay? This is a message from the wild things, spirit guides, and Gaia. This is the valley position. This is the south. So this is also about obstacles that might be deep, as opposite as the mountains are high. Okay? This map right here, this card is the map on how to get around it all. How to maneuver the process to get where we need to go. Okay. And then we will have, pardon me, since we're talking process, here we have, no, we won't go there yet. Up here we have, down here, we have my cards. And they work in a way of showing you a topic to take action on and what the possible actions for the topic are. So this is our spirit message today. And here we have our message from the animals, the one I just pulled. And finally back here we have an affirmation to get us through the week. And as you can tell, yes, my hand is still in a brace, but I am doing so much better. Exercising. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. If you're new to this channel, I thank you for coming. Thank you for giving me your attention and choosing to wander down this path with us. If you decide you like what you see here and you want to come back for more, I do live streams, and I think you might also find this a really friendly community. Good people in this community, and we have a lot of fun here. I hope you will join us by subscribing and clicking that bell. I thank you for being here and giving me your time. My subscribers, thank you guys. I know why you're here. We come here every week on Saturday. Every Saturday, unless I am physically unable. We are here. There's been over 100 of these. So, everyone, thank you very much for being here. Now let's get started. I will admit to you, most of these cards, these decks, are by Colette Baron Reed. 4 of them are. This is the Mystical Shaman deck, and let's see what our current situation is. Huh. Hello! And it's right side up. It's a detoxification time. Are you sweating it out, or have you already sweated out and you're coming out of the sweat lodge? Some of us are just entering in through that light, and some of us are coming out of it, carrying it with us. Those that come out carrying it with them, they will soar. They will soar above the fray of the coming conflict that's coming. And the conflict that we're having, conflicts of the future, as this age of Aquarius shifts in and takes over. This is a 9 card, which of course is about nearing completion, but it's about fruition, it's about fulfillment, and it's about attainment. And what I hear in those three words are, if you're coming out of the sweat lodge, be prepared to walk out into the confidence of what you have attained, and that you have filled those empty spaces with spirit, with love, because you connected with who you really are inside that sweat lodge. And those of you who are going in to the sweat lodge, focus on attaining as much fruition and fulfillment as you can. And to do that, you have to be completely open to detoxify. And this is all a process. And it's a process we have been in for a very long time. Those of us coming in, and those of us going out. And in the past, those that are still out here in the conflict didn't even know this doorway existed. Because if they did, either they wouldn't want to be in conflict anymore, because that would change their focus. But yet there are those out there in that conflict that would do everything they could to shut that door, to keep those in there, and those outside incapable of going in. What they do not understand is to enter this sweat lodge, you have your own personal door that opens and closes for you alone to enter into this sweat lodge. No one can accompany you, and anything electronic or whatever that enters with you with malintent will not work. For this is a sacred sweat lodge and a holy place. Don't be afraid of entering it. It is where you will find the truth. See where we want to be? This is the Shaman's Dream deck. We want to be completely focused and connected with the collective. We get the Netcaster. It's interesting. Sweat Lodge, we talked about fruition. Goes right with this card. That with this card, we're making preparations. To fruition. We want to be in a position where we are giving our energy to those new people coming in to the sweat lodge. Those of you who are coming out of the sweat lodge, this is your goal. This is who you have become. This is what you are walking into. That card is a 6 card. Yeah. You're walking out of that sweat lodge and releasing so much, you can't even hear the conflict going on the other side. Because all you are focused on is harmony, cooperation, and healing. And bringing that to everybody equally. That's the light you take out of the sweat lodge with you. Seems like you're almost like a fresh newbie as you're coming out of the sweat lodge, and here you're the master netcaster. You know, master netcaster. Here we go. I'm a poet and don't know it. You know what's coming next. It has nothing to do with that conflict back there. So you're making preparations for what's coming because of the opportunities. They're showing themselves. It's here now. But we can't see it yet. Some of us we can, because some of us it's already started to come to fruition for. Those who have worked hard for many, many years, yes. It doesn't take that now. That's why they have gotten the first reward. As many, many more follow that path, the process gets faster. But it's a personal process, so it depends on you and your devotion to it. So, how do we get there? What's the process of getting from the sweat lodge to being the master netcaster? We get this card a lot, and another 6. Same exact number, 42. Open up. Be wide open. Don't try to direct anything that's coming in. Just let it come. Transformation is waiting behind you. But you have to allow it to begin. Being the master netcaster, you have transformed. Look how close those two are, but yet they seem like a world apart because what's in between? Conflict is in between. Conflict. Open up to the light. And as you open up to the light coming in, release it. Goes through you, being a beacon and a vessel. Don't try to direct it. Let Spirit talk through you. Step aside and let Spirit speak. Your voice can become the vessel of such power if you open up. You can't be the netcaster until you make the preparations for the fruition of what we've all wanted, which is harmony, cooperation, and healing. Number 6 can't happen until we're open to it. If you're closed down to healing because you're exhausted or whatever, it can't happen. It's okay if it's too soon. If you're in grief or maybe you've had a physical surgery like I've had, and it takes time. It takes time. If you want the faster healing to come, whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, financial, you have to be open to it coming. So if you tell yourself, okay, you're trying to get a loan. They've never given me a loan before. Why do I think they're going to give me this? After you've already applied for it. Do you think you're going to get that loan? Do you really think you're going to get it? Or is that energy that you just spoke out into the creation a creative order? I've never had a loan. They've never given me a loan like this before. Why would they give me one again? Why would they give me one again? Do you see how we block and limit ourselves? We close things when we think we're being open. Stop that. Stop limiting yourself and be wide. Open. Make your energy match what you need. Instead of making your energy match fear, what about if you flip it and make the energy match what you need? Wow. That's kind of cool. Let's see what good in the valleys. This is Dr. Stephen D. Farmer's Power Animal deck. Ooh. The message that we get is from the links. Look beyond immediate appearances. Use discernment. Yeah, I heard that. Shut up and listen for a change. Oh my goodness. The lynx is a very stealthy animal. Okay, Gaia. As we're walking through this valley and you're telling us, yeah, okay. Yes, I get it. Okay. The associations with the lynx is confidentiality, stealth, privacy, and inner vision. Do you have a vision of what you want? Might behoove you to keep private and confident. Because you're missing something. By focusing on the outer appearance of the situation or person, that's the object of our question. Instead, use soft focus with your vision or hearing. And at the same time, pay attention to any physical or intuitive cues that imply what else is going on besides the apparent and obvious. As they say, there's more to the story than meets the eye. In this case, the truth is what's behind the story. Yes, you have to look deeper. Don't listen to the sound bites from any side or anyone. Look deeper, please. This is an election year. Look deeper, please. Look past what you are being shown. One way to develop this skill is to get away from the noise of your usual surroundings. Go somewhere out in nature. Get get very, very still for several minutes. First, notice the feeling and the sound of your breathing and your heartbeat. Then be aware of the rhythms around you. Take note of what you see, hear, or feel, without judgment or analysis. The analysis part's what's hard, I think. Just observe. Nothing is regularly not doing this regularly will sharpen your senses, such that you'll be more apt to discern the deeper truths of any situation or person. The old don't judge a book by its cover. Well, this card is telling us don't even pay attention to the cover or the soundbite. Look at the facts, make up your own mind. Ask questions from the authorities who know the answers, who can give you factual answers and not just an opinion. And be able to know when someone is giving you an opinion instead of a fact. That's what the Lynx is all about. It's about being stealthy, quiet. You know, last week we got listen as the map. Now Gaia is telling us, listen. Look beyond the bad weather. Look at the souls that are going to be needing help. Conflict that is behind the sweat lodge is already happening. It's been happening for what? 7 years now? At least in the United States. I can tell you for sure. Oh yeah, there's no other conflicts going on in the world. So here we are. Last direction we are faced with. When we are opening up and becoming a vessel so that we can transform into the netcaster. Our last obstacle is the mind. And this is the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms deck. I'll let Aaron read once more. That's why that was hard to turn over. It had a stone on it. It had a crystal on it. Hello. We get the Ringmaster of Scrutiny. Once again, we get discernment. You need to have clear vision and pay attention to the details. Wow. The blue on that card is coming from my camera. I apologize for that. Look at his face. Look at the knowledge behind this person. This is also a 9 card. Prop that up a little so we don't have any glare. Where'd you go, little stone? We're gonna put you underneath there. There. So, what did I just say? Okay, number 9. Attainment, fulfillment, and fruition. It's really interesting. 6, 7, 8, 9 today. Huh. Attainment, fulfillment, and fruition again. Like over here at the Sweat Lodge. It's telling you, telling us to depend on being and accessing the ringmaster of security. Scrutiny. I see one word and another one is coming out of my mouth. This must be a fibromyalgia day. Anyway, it's okay. I have those from time to time. Bear with me, folks. I am looking up what this card has to say in the book because, as you could tell with the links card, I was also reading the book. I don't want to get these messages wrong. And I haven't used these two decks as often as I have the 3 in the center. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny. When he is your ally, the Ringmaster, which card is in the upright, so he is our ally. The Ringmaster of Scrutiny is all about the details. Look closely and pay attention to the smallest elements of what's being presented to you on your path. It's on these paths, not the broad strokes. I'm sorry. I can't even read. It's in these details, not the broad strokes, that you'll find the breathtaking beauty and perfection in what you observe. This ally is on your side to point to the proper meaning of what unfolds in your life. And he reminds you that every moment counts. Staying present in this perfect moment. Observing the minute things leads you to manifest your highest ground and greatest desires. Grand gestures are for other times. It's the smallest acts that really count right now. That card's telling us get ready and be prepared, because if you don't practice this get ready, you're going to eat some humble pie when we get to completion. Or when we transform into completion. Part of that is you will eat humble pie if you do not do this humbly. And quietly. Now, we have several things happening here. I'm being drawn to do the affirmation here. We're going to do this one first and then the affirmation. This is my deck. This is our message from Spirit. But before I do that, I really want to kind of pull together what the story of the directions are telling us. Currently, we are in a state of purification. And we are being asked to either go into the area of final toxic detox, I should say, not toxic, toxic release, toxin release. We're being asked to do that now. Or you may be being asked to come out of the detox. Open yourself wide open. Release your light so that it can mix in with the light that is coming in from the source. To bring about transformation, harmony, cooperation, and healing, so that you can become the master netcaster. Because fruition is coming. Nothing worth having is ever easy. So the links down here reminds us to be quiet. Look beyond the immediate appearances. Use discernment. Go deeper. Check it out deeper. And it is reiterated, clear, echoing from the mountaintops to the bottom of the valleys. Discernment, clear vision. Pay attention to the minute details so that you can keep going and become a master netcaster. When we're all connected, so much power in that. So much power. So now let's see what Spirit has to tell us here with my deck. I still don't even have a name for this deck. But our topic is passion. My goodness. I love it. Now, I'm going to move this card up because we need to see the two actions that go with passion. What kind of passion are we talking about here? Apparently, looks could be romantic passion. Or is it just passion of life in general, the flame and energy of life? It is passion, could be said, is the energy of creation. Passion is definitely a result of creation and of creating. What's our first action we need to take about passion? Okay. Oh, I love it. Let's just repeat wide open. Open your heart. You cannot heal with a locked down heart. Open it up. When you're practicing discernment, that doesn't mean you shut down. When you look at things through your open heart instead of your brain or your ego, you're accessing your higher self, the core being of who you are. Once you access that, that is a direct line to the Creator, to the Source, God, whatever you want to, however you want to call this being, this energy. You ignite passion by opening your heart. Stop and think about that for a minute. Right there. Stop and think about that for a minute. When you fall in love with someone, what are you doing? You're opening your heart to them. And what is the flame that comes from that? It's passion. You want a life that's exciting? Open your heart. Open your heart. Don't shut down. Open up. Because in your heart, you see and feel things. But you need to look at how you see things differently as well. The discernment that you need to use is through your third eye. If you have not activated your third eye, I suggest that's something you might want to research, might want to check into. How do I activate my third eye so that I can see clearer and practice discernment? The thing about discernment is it's silent and it's stealthy. And it's the best protection you can come up with. So in a nutshell, open your heart so that you can see things clearer with discernment. It's going to ignite your passion for this life and this existence. And once you're excited to be here, guess what happens? Cooperation happens. Healing happens. And with those two, they're best friends. Harmony. So you go, okay, so I open my heart. How? How do I open my heart? And here is where the affirmation comes in. This is from the Louise Hay Affirmations for Forgiveness deck. Understand, when I make a mistake, I realize that it's only part of the learning process. We're back to the process again. Mistakes are not something that should be about shame. In a way, you should be congratulated for your mistakes, because you won't come to the desired goal without it. Because mistakes are the process. On the other side of this card is the most important message that you need to tell yourself as the affirmation, and I don't need to write that down. You can write it down from here. If you need to pause, pause. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. Having a hard time being forgiving of things going on, whatever it might be, forgive your part in it, because we all have a part in it. We've all created this mess. Somehow, some way, we've all had a part in it. And I don't think all of our lives are such a mess, because there's no such thing as mistakes. It's all a learning process. If you look at it that way, it's not so scary, because you move on from learning processes. Right? So in a nutshell, how do you open your heart? You forgive yourself. And as you're forgiving yourself, you're going to heal and be so more inclined to be forgiving of others. Those people who you are meeting as you're walking out of the sweat lodge already have been where the people that you're meeting who are coming in to the sweat lodge, as you're meeting them, understand, you were them. You're not special. You're a part of a much bigger energy and plan. And it's time for you to reach out past what was yesterday, what happened 5 minutes ago. Cast your net, collect your community, connect to those subscribe to this channel. I'm sorry, I had to do that. That was stupid. Anyway, I'm casting a net. Come on in. See this silly woman as she tries to read cards to you. Listen, I get messages from Spirit. And when I do say silly stuff like that, it's because I got in the way of Spirit. I didn't step aside and have my heart wide open. Ego got in the way and I got a little cocky. I apologize. Anyway, let's move on and see what is the message from our furry, loving, unconditional, loving companions. Oh, giggle, giggle. I know there's several of you that needed to hear that. A bad day doesn't mean a bad life. Tomorrow will be different. Be quiet. Observe. Do the actions that you need to do. But look beyond immediate appearances and be prepared, because things are changing. Let's ignite that passion in your life. So tomorrow will be a better day. You know, tomorrow is preparations to be the netcaster. That's our promise of opportunity. So take care of yourself, you guys. Be kind to yourselves, please. Be kind to one another. And understand that as you're coming into those that are just new to this, don't look down on them as though you're so much wiser than them, because I promise you, that's when they'll feed you humble pie. Sometimes that can taste kind of bitter. I love you. Let's make kindness a habit. Open doors for people. Just do simple, little, easy acts of kindness. Something random. And I thank you for being here. We'll see you next time, you guys. Take care. Bye now.